Hello, my friend. So today I wanted to talk about this topic, which is how to master the art of public speaking. And the moment I talk about this topic and I refer to this word public speaking, I kind of like get the goosebumps because it takes me back almost, I would say, 16, 17 years back, when I was in school and, in the regular morning assembly, there is one student who has to come to the podium in front of the audience, and we used to take pledge. India is my country. We all love each other, and blah blah blah. So I was trying to avoid that. Nobody nominates me for that pledge, but then one day it had to happen, and my turn came, and I started speaking. I was literally shivering and I was stammering when I was, calling out the words from my mouth. And there came a moment where I forgot the entire line. And then the physical education teacher, he came for my rescue and he continued the pledge. And trust me, that was one of the most, I would say, horrible moments for me as a student, because I was horrified by that incident, and in a way it was an accident for me, right? So that time I decided that, hey, I'm gonna overcome this challenge, right, which is the fear of speaking in front of the people. So then I started working on it, right? And it's not like that in a single day, I was able to master that, or I was able to overcome that. Obviously it took a couple of years for me, right? But then how do you go about it, right? So these are the basic fundamental ways you can actually master the art of public speaking. And I would want to start with the first and foremost thing, which is the way you communicate, the way you articulate your ideas and thought process. Because what I've seen in the world is there are so many intelligent people, but the only challenge they have is that they are not able to articulate it well, and that's why they are highly shy, in their nature. So I would say that try improving your communication skills, and it doesn't necessarily has to be English, right? It could be Hindi, it could be Arabic, whatever language you are speaking in your country. I'm saying just master that. Try to read a lot of literature, try to read newspapers, listen to the news, local news, the language that you're trying to speak, and verbalize, in very loud sound. So when you're reading a newspaper, verbalize it loudly. That way your tongue will be clear, your articulation will be accurate, and with a little bit of practice, going to Google, learning the pronunciations well, I think you can master this first point. Then number 2, have confidence, right? Have confidence in terms of what you are talking about. So you should have the guts to go to the podium, stand in front of the people and say with full force. And that will happen only if you have good communication and you have clarity of thought. Number 3, make an eye contact. Making an eye contact not only shows that you are engaging with the audience, but that also shows that you have a certain level of comfort and confidence in terms of what you are talking about, right? And one of the ways to practice this making an eye contact thing is, when you're preparing for that presentation or a public speaking note, you go in front of the mirror, go inside the room. If you're shy, make sure the door is locked, and practice and practice and practice in front of the mirror. Look at the the kind of gestures you're making, look at your body language, and try to improve it. I would say that this highly helps. And last but not the least, I would say that you should be able to maintain your composure when you are in front of the people. Make sure that you have right kind of attire, make sure that you have a big smile, and you keep walking across the podium, look at everybody. And I would say that way, if you keep on following these fundamental rules, you will eventually become a very good public speaker. And not to forget that the pace of your language should not be way too fast, and it should not be way too slow. So learn to take pauses in between. So whenever you feel that there is something that is important and needs to be highlighted, you talk about it and then you take a pause. Maybe you pose a question to the audience that, hey, what do you guys think about this point? And then let them brainstorm, let them respond. So engage your audience when you're talking to them, right? And I would say this will eventually make you a perfect public speaker. And when I say perfect, perfect to certain levels of acceptance. In reality, there's nothing called perfection. You are an ever evolving human being. But even if you can get to a certain level of acceptance in front of the audience, and after your lecture or after your talk, if people are clapping and saying good things about you, that means to a certain extent you have succeeded in your whole effort of becoming an effective, better, evolving communicator. And you will really feel empowered, because there is no other tool that is more empowering than the technology, is more importantly using the technology to communicate your ideas. So yeah, follow these rules and become an effective public speaker. If you like this video, hit on the subscribe button and click on the bell icon, and stay tuned for more such exciting videos. Bye.